So you're starting your very own private label business on Amazon, specifically Amazon UAE and Saudi Arabia. What is the best category that you should focus on? The category that gets a lot of sales and has a lot of demand? Let's get started. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. As Amazon Sellers Society, a certified Amazon service provider focused on Amazon in the Middle East, we work with hundreds of sellers every single month and help support their journey on Amazon, specifically Amazon in the Middle East. And there's really not a good and bad category. What you need to focus on as a seller is more or less a good or bad product. However, categories are important, and that's why I'm filming this video. I'm going to be discussing 3 main criteria that you should focus on whenever you're selecting a category to focus on as a private label seller on Amazon. Now, before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you love everything related to Amazon and specifically Amazon in the Middle East. And like this video, please leave me a comment or a question in the comment section below. And if you're very new to Amazon and you want some tips and tricks to learn a little bit more information about Amazon, specifically Amazon UAE and Saudi Arabia, you'll find our free training linked in the description box below. Let's start with criteria number 1, gated versus ungated. Now, it's probably something that everyone knows, but you might not be aware that there are some categories on Amazon which are considered gated. Basically, it means you do require, as a seller, additional information to provide Amazon. You need to apply so that you can sell in that category. If you're simply getting started on Amazon, this might be a little bit problematic because Amazon sometimes requires really documents that require a lot of work and sometimes documents that require governmental approvals. Hence why you might want to shy away from these categories. But also, there might be an advantage to going and selling in those categories just because they're not easy for everyone to get started. Now, you'll see on the screen the categories that are fully gated, but there are partially gated categories, which basically means these categories have subcategories inside of them that are gated, but others that are not, so you just need to be aware. Now, there are a lot of sellers that constantly communicate with us, try to ask us how they can ungate categories. Currently in the UAE, it's a little bit difficult for you to ungate categories yourself. So feel free to reach out to us and let us know what you're thinking of doing and what you need help and support with. You'll find all the details about Amazon Sellers Society and all the programs that we run for sellers like yourself on our website. That's the only place where you should contact us. You'll be able to also book a call with the team. The website is www.assmiddleeast.org, and of course you'll find it linked in the description box below. Now, criteria number 2, category costs. Certainly, you need to think about costs and fees, and that's something also that's very important. And on Amazon, a category cost is better known as a referral fee. So let's check it out. So I'm on sell.amazon.ae and I'm looking at the category referral fees. You can find this information for the UAE and on a separate website, of course, for Saudi Arabia. Certainly you'll find the links in the description box of the video. So as you can see here, for example, for apparel, which is also a great category on Amazon, who doesn't want to always buy clothes, but it's also a little bit problematic due to a high return rate. However, the category fee is also considerably a little bit high at 15%. Automotive at 12%, baby category, which I've shown this on the channel before. Some categories have 2 types of referral fee percentages depending on the price of the product. Beauty category, electronics also is one of the most popular categories. Furniture is one of my favorite categories as well. And as you can see, it has a really nice margin, as well as other categories. So it's very important for you to familiarize yourself with these fees so that you can identify whether or not you want to sell in a category that has a higher percentage fee, specifically if your aim maybe is to sell low-priced products. If you're selling high luxury products, that might not be an issue for you. But if you're thinking of selling fast-moving products that are normally low-priced, you might consider checking the category fees and deciding on a category that doesn't have high fees so that you can make more profit. Now, criteria number 3, cost per click, or better known as CPC. On Amazon, any new brand or even existing brands, you really need to advertise in order to increase the visibility and certainly increase the amount of customers that will end up purchasing your product. They will end up seeing the product and hopefully purchasing it. Certainly, of course, there are categories that are a little bit more competitive than others, and hence you'll find that the cost per click is also much higher. So you need to also be aware of this so that you can not later on discover that ads are taking up a lot of your profit. Before we talk about CPC and what would be the highest CPC for each and every category and how you can try to figure it out yourself, because it's a little bit difficult to figure it out if you're new to Amazon and don't have any previous ad experience, let's talk also about CTR, which is click-through rate, which is also an important metric when it comes to advertising, and certainly also sometimes related to your category that you're selling in. An average CTR on Amazon is 0.35%. So you want to be anywhere along that number or even higher. That would mean that you're getting a good click-through rate. The way that you are able to measure CTR is simply CTR equals number of clicks divided over the number of impressions. Certainly when it comes to advertising, so clicks and ads and impressions coming from ads. Why is CTR so important when it comes to selecting the right category? Because the higher the CTR, the more people are going to see your product and end up clicking on it. So the more chances you have of actually selling that product. The more difficult the category is in terms of lots of competition, the lower your CTR is going to be and the less chances you're going to get in selling the product. Now, it's not only that, CTR, if you are currently selling on Amazon, is also a very important metric because it kind of tells you whether or not the ads are running correctly. So if you check and you have a low CTR, it might be that you're not bidding correctly, so your bids are very low. It might be that the listing itself isn't very well optimized. Maybe your main image isn't that good. Maybe you have some negative reviews. Maybe your pricing strategy isn't that great, which ends up getting customers to find and see your ad but not really click on it. Remember, low CTR is gonna certainly result in low sales. Now back to the CPC or the cost per click. I think one of the easiest ways for you to figure out without even knowing a lot of knowledge when it comes to Amazon whether or not the CPC is going to be sometimes a little bit high is by simply logging in and logging onto the Amazon page and searching for the types of products that you intend to sell and seeing how many types of ads are there. Is there a banner ad? Are there a lot of sponsored ads? Are there video ads? Do you find a lot of ads? The more ads you find, the more it's going to be competitive. Sometimes you're going to actually find categories or keywords that don't have a lot of ads, and you certainly need to jump on those categories because it means they're not going to have a CPC. But overall, generally, Amazon doesn't really share the average CPCs. However, through trial and error, most sellers know that the highest CPC cost for a category on Amazon is certainly electronics, focused on mobile phones, tablets, and accessories, because those have a lot of demand on Amazon, and thus sellers really need to be aggressive in order to get more sales. The second highest category might be a little bit weird for you, but this is certainly something that has a very high demand on Amazon, and that's the beauty category, specifically dietary supplements, because there's a lot of fitness culture, specifically in the UAE and Saudi Arabia, and you'll find a lot of demand for this category and a very high CPC. And that's it for this video. Let me know what is your favorite category. Leave me a comment in the comment section below, or which category you want to start selling in, which category you want to avoid. Let me know. I'm looking for your comments and I'll reply to them as soon as I find a nice comment. I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.